Hello everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we are going harrowing. We're in the demo Kubota M7.173, and that just means it's 173 horses out of a 4-cylinder engine. It's a lot of ponies to stretch out with 4 cylinders. But we are going off to test out the tractor. We have a bit of reseeding to do, so, and just 3 acres, 4 acres in, so it's not going to take too long. But we're going to see how I can handle it. So I have the stone fork on more as a counterbalance than actually I need to pick stones. Purely because the harrow somewhere around 3 ton or nearly 3 ton. And one issue that I've often heard with 4-cylinder tractors, they don't have that weight other tractors have on the front. So I give a bit of a ragging out the avenue when I had it on just to see, and she'd never reared, so I'd say I'm fairly safe that way. So I'd say the stone fork has helped. So I have my suspension brought up there, and it's running around the 51% all the time there, which isn't too bad. We're going to see how the Kubota is able to handle the harrow, bit of tillage work as they say. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. But anyways, I'm going to be on down the road, and we're going to get this bit of reseeding done hopefully before it rains, because there is rain forecast. So here we are. This is the field we have to do. Yeah, it's not looking overpriced, it's not that long sprayed off, that's why I still have a bit of a grain new on it, but everything is starting to die in it. So we gotta get this hard. Now I was just having a quick look at this, because there is no draft control settings here, there's nothing under that, just whatever that switch is for. And the draft settings are all on the screen. So I have an up and a down button here, so press that, drops down, press that, goes up. And then the height that it lift it is on this, so it's on that there. So I can't scroll it actually, but I can press it up and down here. So probably want to set, I'd say around 80, just to have enough clearance on the headlands. And then my depth is on this here, so you can see when I twist the knob, you can see that 11, 12 going down, and then it's on the up and down button here. And then there's other settings there, I'd say is for ploughing, but that seems to be that. So down, I know. I also have the speed at which it goes down, which I can't slide, but I can tap on the thing, so just get the right kind of a gist on it. There's headland management on it, but unlike the Massey, where I can edit what I want to put on it, I can't on this. I have to record what I want on it. So I actually think if I press record, give it some throttle, if I press record, if I press throttle down, then press up and throttle off. I think I press 1, does that. It's doing it based on time. A bit figuring out on this now. Yeah, you just can't let me play around with this for a second. Maybe I won't be able to get to work if that doesn't let me take time out with that. I can press the button where I want it to work. Just gotta let me play around with that, see can I figure it out. But anyways, this is what we have to do. Shouldn't take too long, and I think Father Phil is coming up to shake the crop out. So yeah, see what happens. So I got it figured out. So it works on the 2 buttons. So one button is going in, so drop it, rev it up. The other button then lifts it, drops the throttle, and that's how it works. So I got that figured out. So now it's time to see how the Kubota is able to handle this. What kind of speed can I do? So I think I'll go back to C. As I say on my chart here of how fast I can go. So Wolfel big visor, C6. Yeah, C is the range I need to be in. So we're in C. We'll drop her back into C1 just to give her a chance. 4-wheel drive is this button. Yeah, we'll line ourselves up, and so we're reseeding. We go, the harrow is set up to go deep. We get the first cut, get a nice bit of head clay lifted. Hopefully getting 2 cuts, that's kind of the plan. And yeah, see how it goes. Won't just do this run tight to the ditch, I can do the next run or the run after tight to the ditch. So press 1, throttle down, and forward we go. Okay, that needs to down all the way. It seems to be drifting to the side a lot. So that's 10 kilometers an hour. Go 5. So that's kind of the speed we need to be at. Might shorten the top link, let the front furrows go in a bit deeper, and see can I figure out why it's throwing it to the side so much. It's just like everything. Your first job doing some things, you just have to figure out why is it doing certain things. I can see as well by the crumbler roller there's not much weight on it, and I'd like to have more weight on that. So yeah, and I press 2 and then that's it. Yeah, so we'll just see can we figure out why she's carrying to the side so much. See can we straighten that up a little bit. Yeah, we'll try and get a bit of harrowing done. So we're harrowing away here grand at the minute. Just next to hedge is very hard. I'd say should be looking at the hedge. There was a digger in there over the winter at some stage, and it's just hard. I'd say where the digger was tracking, tidying up the hedge. But we've done a great job out here. So I dropped it back into C4, so doing 11 kilometers an hour. C5 was 13 kilometers an hour, and it was you could hear her labouring quite a bit, but she seems to be running quite well on this. I have it figured out now. So you press 1 to set into the headland, and you press 2 to come out of the headland, and that's how the Kubota works. So you can see what's happening on the screen there. So I come to my headland, press 2. It kind of dives back a little hard on itself, letting off the throttle. But other than that, it seems to be going quite well. So you just swing in again. Get her straight, press 1. And away we go down to the other end of the field. Harrow's running nice and straight. Just had the chain, go on the check chains, loosen it, and yeah, it's not doing too bad a job now. It's turning up a lovely bit of clay there. So when I go ahead with the next run, I'll just tickle the top of it just to level it off, and that should do the job. So that's how we harrow when we're disc harrowing for most jobs really. You go deep, you get up as much clay as you can, and then you set it to go light, just tickle the top of it to kind of break up some of the larger clods and leave a nicer finish. That's how we do it. So it's doing a lovely job now. And tractor seems to be well able for no issues turning on the headlands or anything. A little bit of spit and rain there at the minute. If I get out another bit from the hedge, I'll fire up the drone. And yeah, it's not going to take too long to do this now. Not long at all. But however, press 2. Turn left. I do like my headland management. Makes life easier. Just a pity it's not like the Massey all on one button. But not too bad all the same. And I'm missing my office there because I wouldn't have a triangle in the middle of the land to harrow out when I'm finished, but however. Also the front links, if you're wondering, is on this spool here. So up and down. It's actually very fast that. And that is, so there's 6 spools on the tractor, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have 5 and 6 on that. So that way and that way, and that's also if there was a loader on the tractor, that would be your loader controls. Anyways, we get the bit of harrowing done. So flying away here, near half the field done now. It's a peeing rain, which shouldn't matter. Ground is very dry, so it shouldn't be an issue unless it really starts to let it down. So hopefully it goes away then and get the drone up. But one of the very interesting things, I have the thing is recording here showing me my fuel usage, and my fuel usage is quite high. From 20.7 litres to the litres to the hour. That's quite high. Especially a lot higher than the bale for when we were baling, and I'm very surprised at that. I thought no, it wouldn't have been that much more than the baling, and it's just kind of, and I know from how it reacted with the baling that it has to don't run into the fence. It has to kind of get a while running before it really settles into a number. So I'm expecting it to go quite higher. It's quite kind of a bit taken back by it, because at that 5.5 litres to the hectare, which has gone up now, it says 5.6. That is not far off what the 99 does on the harrow. It's quite interesting. Now, I don't know exactly what the 99 does litres to the hectare based on its system, but if I remember rightly, when I was working it out in the video with the Pottinger drill, if I remember rightly, it was around that 5 litres to the hectare mark, because I remember thinking to myself that the 2 cuts of the harrow was much of a muchness in line with what the 1-pass drill was, but 2 cuts of the harrow is less than what the 1-pass drill used, but there wasn't a lot in it. So it's quite interesting to see that now, and it's going to be interesting to see where that figure finishes up. So yeah, just a bit taken aback by that based after seeing how well she got on with the baler, but she's definitely burning more fuel. But yeah, it's just interesting to see, so it'll be interesting to see where that finishes up now. We'll bait on. Hopefully the rain piddles off. I very much want to get the drone up, just to get, you know, them nice shots around the harrow. Or the Kubota. Anyways, we keep going.
Sitting lonely in my room again, trying to find the words to say, but nothing comes out. I am looking for the better days, seem like they just stay away whenever I try. There's so many things that I keep in my mind. My friends keep me out and it hurts every time. With all the emotions I built up inside, oh why can't I? Will someone look for me if I disappear? No matter how much that I scream, nobody hears. But I see the light from far away, it's down the line. Maybe I should not give up without a fight, 'cause there will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time. Oh, 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 oh. There will be a time.
So just started the second run here now. So the harrow's all changed up. Have it running light. Just give the top of the soil a tickle. We're getting shower here and a shower there, and it is getting a little bit hard to see where I'm going, but clay isn't sticking to the wheels yet, which is the big thing. If it starts to get too sticky, we'll have to abandon it. Also, the way it's looking, to be perfectly honest now, I got a phone call. We are doing another bit of reseeding that was waiting on lime to come. The lime was coming this evening and he wants to get done before the rain kind of spoils things, because there's to be quite a supper rain over the next couple of days. Kind of wants to get done while things are good. It's telling me the DEF tank is low, but it's just gone under 50%, so it's telling me it's low. Strange that. Anyways, that is a sign. What does that sign mean? Important this tractor's equipment. This tractor's been used. No, it's not. Whatever. I think it's just saying it's starting to run low on that blue. I think. It's just still has half a tank. Anyways, we'll keep going. So there's another bit of reseeding to be done, which is on a bit of a hill, so it's going to be quite interesting to see how that works, as it's on a hill, so there is a good pull up the hill. So that needs to get a deep cut, then put lime on it, then we're going to power harrow it and leave it ready to sow. So while we have the power harrow out, we may give this a tickle of it, just level it up another bit. Just the disc harrow likes everything to be nice and dry, to give it the best chance of kind of busting up the clods. It's not too bad there at the minute. There's only 2 runs done there, but that in a row now wouldn't be, it'd probably turn out quite good. So we'll see what it's like when we're finished. It's not too bad there now at the minute, but yeah, so we have more to do. and hopefully we can get all done before the rain really sets us back, because it's to be fairly wet. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, we will keep baiting on here. We're going to have to go buy ad blue now. We've never had to buy ad blue before, so this will be a first. Anyways, we'll bait on. So there's a bit of a break there, so we're back. It's now the evening time. We basically got rained off, and yeah, it's coming down very, very heavy. So it's been a few hours now. I think we've had 3 hours of drying since the rain has stopped, after overshooting that, and it's just about alright now. So it's just about alright. So we're just gonna push on and get this done, and then probably put the grass seed in it tomorrow and roll it, and it should be 100% once that's done. Just to get, you can see what it's like after one cut, what it's like after 2 cuts. That gets a rolling, that leaves a lovely nice finish, but that just needs to get done, and you can see it straight out quite nicely, but it is a bit sticky underneath. But yeah, no, we're gonna blitz through this and get this done and be on home. The other job is off. We may get to it in the mornings. Tomorrow is another wet day, so whether we get to do more harrowing and reseeding tomorrow, or whether we just take off everything and go with the tankers, I don't know. We'll see what the morning brings, but we'll get this job finished up anyways. So it's not looking too bad though. So it's not, even for all the rain it's got, it's not looking too bad. That is that field. Harrowed finished up quite well. So we're going to be on home, and we might finish the video tomorrow, we may not. I'll see. We'll see is there any more, if we get to do any more harrowing, or whether we go tankering, and we'll finish the video then. But yeah, tractor, she's able for it. Quite surprised, but she seems to be well able for the harrow. But anyways, we will bait on home. And so to finish off the harrowing video, because we only got to do that job, the weather broke. I'm probably going to get back harrowing tomorrow to finish up that bit of reseeding, or that other job, but not going to get to do with the Kubota, unfortunately. So how did the Kubota do? To be perfectly honest, putting on the harrow, or even before I even put on the harrow, the thoughts of putting on the harrow on a 4-cylinder tractor, from what I've often heard about the big 4-cylinder tractors, it's going to be a bit of a gimmick. She's not going to be able for, she won't lift it, she'll be rearing, you know. It'd be more for the sake of a video than it's of actually any good to do the job. But I was totally wrong. The tractor was well able for it. It never reared on me, which I was quite surprised at. Now the front, we did put the stone fork on just in case, just give it that bit of weight, and the stone fork was left in front of the harrow, so I had to move it anyways. She never reared. She seemed well capable of running the harrow. Very, very smooth on the road. Incredibly shocking safe on the road. She's very steady on the road with the harrow, and sometimes I describe it as like it's like having a tail behind you, the harrow. If it gets into a bit of a wobble at all, it can throw you quite a bit. But she's very, very solid on the tractor. The tractor was pushing her now. We've seen how in the fuel usage she's running very much similar to how the 6499 was running, because I can go that bit faster in the 99. The litres per hectare were pretty much on point. I might even go as far as saying the 99 was a little bit easier, which was quite interesting, especially when you compare it to the baling. But I think that's just a sign that the harrow, you know, you're getting to the limit of the tractor. You could see the temperature gauge also creeping up. Not that I was getting hot or anything, but you could see she was running that little bit hotter. So the harrow was really testing what she was fit to do, and I was doing around 11 kilometers an hour where I normally do 12 and a half. So yeah, but all in all, she's capable of doing it. When it comes to pros and cons, that's probably the pro. The con, I wouldn't be over fond of how the headland management has worked in this tractor compared to the Massey. The Massey I love because you just hit the one button when you have it set up. I know she goes, this works on 2 buttons, so you kind of have one for either headland, and that's it's all well and good, it worked. While I was at this job, it was grand, but if I was mowing with this tractor, that kind of headland management wouldn't just suit me. As if I wanted to drop one more in particular, I couldn't use it, or if I just wanted to drop one at one point and then drop the others, mowing a bit of a triangle, that just wouldn't be the same. I wouldn't just like it as much as I like the 19.1 and the 99. That was really it. The headland management, I think, could be better. One thing I want to show you, and if you remember kind of when I started harrowing, the harrow wasn't travelling straight, and I'll show you why. And I had to set it up, but it was very, very ingenious, I think. So this here, this is what was causing it. This is like a latch that comes down and locks that, and it keeps that solid. So that's what was keeping the harrow kind of pushed over to one side. This one is on a spring, does its own thing, but this one is solid. And I was trying to figure out what on earth can I get this to move, because I need harrowing, plough and anything like that, you need to have a little bit of play. That had no play, and it was keeping her pushed to one side, which wasn't great. Be hard on everything. But what I figured out was this spring, there was nothing kind of set up on this at all, but this, better put that back up. This spring wasn't engaged, wasn't on that clip there, so I popped that on, and what that does is when the lift goes down, the spring catches this, it lifts it up, and when that's lifted up, then you have your play in your lift arm. And once you lift, so once you let that down, the spring catches this, lifts it up, you get your play. As soon as you lift up the lift arms, that comes back in, it'll lock itself in place, it goes rigid. I thought I've never seen that in a tractor before, and that is something I very, very like, because when you go on the road, you know you're lock solid, and once you put it down, like, it saves you having to set up in and out of fields. I very like that, but I did have to set it up. The spring wasn't on it, and I couldn't figure out, but that's why that was happening. That's really it. So all in all, very capable tractor to run the harrow, but it is at the top end of what it can do. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, seeing the Kubota M7.173 on the harrow. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. As always, big thanks to Clarkes of Cavan for sending me the tractor. Very, very happy to get the use of it, and we're going to leave it at that for today's video. As always, please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. That is it for me. Good luck.